Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network, live from MyBookie Studios. It is Friday! Woohoo! July 16th. I'm your girl, Pilar Lasser. We've got DMac. We've got Tom Mazaway in the house. We've got Alex keeping us honest behind the glass. Easy D is on our social media. Make sure you are hitting us up at Woodward Sports across the board. And filling in for Fish today, we've got our boy Andrew. Andrew, we've taken him off social media. He's moving on up.
He's DJing.
Moving on up. Yep, that's right. So give us a call, 313-552-6322, and that will be the voice that you hear. The
What
voice
number
of
was that,
Andrew.
Come again?
Yeah. What number was that?
What number was what?
The music.
Oh, you like that one?
Well, I'm just wondering what number it was.
I went with number 32.
I mean, it was
OJ.
You're
Why do you love OJ so much?
That's why it was
You
sort of
love
weird.
Yeah.
That was sort of weird.
Yeah,
It's the first time I played 32.
Hit it again. Hit 32 again.
32, coming up.
Is it?
Here we go.
Is it? Andrew, have it up.
Bring it up there, Andrew.
Oh, that sounds just like a murderer's.
Listen to him. Listen, he's sneaking around, cutting through the hole. He's going
Putting
that
on your
way.
gloves.
He's following AC Cowling.
Putting on gloves, yeah.
There he goes. Run, OJ, run.
Wrong
You can
on
catch
so many
Maz's,
levels, guys.
Maz's fans only page. You can catch his breakdown of the OJ in his own way. Everybody did it.
I have never met anybody
Oh
who
my
loves
God.
OJ more than Tom Mazaway.
Thank you.
And you're so weird, though, about it. Like, you're really, really weird about it.
Got a lot of rookie cards waiting. A lot of rookie cards.
Is that what it is?
No,
I better put him away. He might come and try to take him from me.
I'll give them to him. If he wants them, he can have them.
Really?
He took his Heisman away. I'll give him his cards.
Oh.
That's nice of you.
All right, all right.
Well, happy Friday.
Yes, happy Friday. We've got a really fun show lined up for you guys. But first, Tom Mazaway, take us away with your sports update.
All right, guys. It was a dark day in sports yesterday. Not a thing went on. Brought to you by MyBookie.ag. Don't forget, use that promo code Woodward. They'll match your first deposit halfway up to $1,000. Good stuff tonight. We got baseball back, and we'll tell you about that. And, of course, the NBA Finals coming up tomorrow. You can bet it all on MyBookie. Don't forget, use that promo code Woodward. Tigers and Twins washed away today at Comerica Park. They were supposed to be playing a doubleheader. Ain't going to happen. As you've seen outside, they're playing 2 tomorrow if they can, 1:10 and 6:10 for those doubleheaders. The Tigers made some roster moves, though. They optioned Willie Castro down at AAA Toledo. They designated Nomar Mazara for assignment. Mac, what did I say yesterday about Nomar Mazara? He can't play. But
I think somebody's you also said that somebody listens to the show.
See?
And I don't believe you, but
they
somebody's
get rid
listening
of
because
him.
you're putting it. But they're making moves not only the Tigers but everywhere else.
That's right. Outfielder Derek Hill, my favorite, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
He's up with the big club. Isak Paredes, the infielder, he is up with the big club. And the Tigers promote, this is a guy back from the 90s, Kamara Barti. Anyone remember his name? Well, now he is the first base coach here in Detroit. Ramon Santiago shifts over to third. George Lombard back to bench coach. Tigers start the second half 40-51, third in the American League Central. 6 New York Yankees, including All-Star Aaron Judge, tested positive for COVID yesterday. That prompted the cancellation of last night's game against Boston. The Yankees and the Red Sox expected to play tonight unless another player turns up with a positive test. 85% of that Yankee team has been vaccinated, by the way. Yankees 4th in the American League East, 8 games back. They need them all if they're going to be in this thing. Cubs traded Jock Peterson to the Braves. He got a first base prospect, Bryce Ball, back for him. Cubs looking like they are sellers at the break. Atlanta still trying to make a run in the NL East. The Mets are the leaders right now, but they're the Mets. That's why no one is out of it. And they lost All-Star Ronald Acuna Jr. for the year. You saw that happen just before the All-Star break. So the Braves are in it to win it. NBA Finals down to a best of 3 tomorrow. It's the Suns and Bucks, 2 games apiece. It'll be in Phoenix, game number 5. And how about this guy, Damian Lillard, planning to request a trade from the Trailblazers. After all, Chauncey Billups named the head coach just last week. The Knicks, Lakers, Heat, and Warriors supposedly on his wish list. He's going to talk right after practice today. Las Vegas, the U.S. Olympic team. That's a whole other story. But we're going to hear some information on that. Keldon Johnson and JaVale McGee will replace Bradley Beal and Kevin Love on Team USA. I don't know what they're doing for this Olympic team. They play next week in the Tokyo games. USA, Australia was supposed to be tonight. They postponed that because of all of these COVID tests. And we're going to talk about Richard Sherman coming up here in just a bit. A judge ordered him to be released from jail without bail following his arrest on suspicion of trying to break into his father-in-law's home. We'll show you the video coming up on the Big Hook. It was found he committed 4 misdemeanor offenses, including resisting arrest and driving under the influence. More coming up on that. He did issue an apology. We'll read it to you. And for more on the British Open leaderboard, before I send it to Mac, Phil Mickelson, 12 over. He misses the cut. And I can't wait to talk about Bryson DeChambeau and Brooks Koepka. But Mac, fill us in.
Well, here we go, guys. Our guy, Louis Oosthuizen. Louis O at plus 3,000. No, that's not his score. That's what we have him. He is the leader after the second round with only one player on the course. That's Scotty Scheffler, but he leads with 11. Colin Morikawa shot 6 under today, post 9 under second. Jordan Spieth, you heard of him? He's in third at 8 under. So a bunch of guys at 7 under. That's Scott Scheffler just finishing up 17 and 18. So we are in good shape right now, working toward. Now, unfortunately, our $40,000 Keith Mitchell guy had a rough day and shot 76 or so.
Oh, he did?
Shot himself out of it. So
Is he still in it?
No, he's out. He missed the cut. So that's all right. You got Dustin Johnson at 6 under. A couple other notables. Brooks Koepka at 5. John Rahm at 5. So it should make for an interesting weekend. Remember, set those clocks early, people.
DJ was plus 3,600. I mentioned him to Chad and Steve Johnson the other day. They said, got no chance. He's in it. DJ is in it.
He's 5 back. Yeah.
How about this? Rough day for Bryson DeChambeau yesterday. First, he ripped and then apologized to his equipment reps, Darren's equipment rep, Cobra. He said, I sucked. It was the fault of the club. Then later he said, it wasn't the fault of the club. It was my fault.
Well, what he said, to even more so, not the fault, but he went on his tangent about what he's been asking, and he's been wanting this things done, and they haven't been able to provide him with this, and the Cobra guys come back with going, dude, we got guys working day and night and this and that, and he never complains. It's always the tool, not the carpenter, right?
Absolutely.
So that's what I said today because remember a couple weeks ago when he was here for the Rocket Mortgage Classic. Yep. TJ Lang was going to, former offensive lineman for the Lions and the Packers, he was going to run security. I was going to carry the bag, and I told him today, well, you know what, carrying the bag, you might need a backhand up side to head to smarten up. So, definitely book smart, not too much street smart, but he just needs the right person around him.
Brooks Koepka, his buddy. And this little feud between them. Brooks Koepka, right after that, gets on the camera and he says, I drove the ball great today. I love my driver.
I love it.
That was the best.
Isn't it something?
But that's the thing, right? You're selling the whole thing is when you come out publicly and hang out your sponsor out to dry or whatever like this. That's just just a bad look. It's distasteful.
On this day in sports, it's not a big day. But we'll go back to 1990. A guy that always made you laugh in baseball was Steve Lyons. Well, he drops a bunt against the Tigers. Dan Petrie on the hill for this one. Check out what Steve Lyons does.
There's the bunt. That could be trouble as Petrie. No, Stevie dives in and beats it. Good effort by Steve Lyons.
That should have been part of Alex's bunt run.
That'll be a base hit right there. Good job. I'll tell you one thing, not a bad defensive play either by the Tigers.
We forgot.
Wait, what?
Did you see that?
What?
He's going to get the dirt out, and all of a sudden he unbuckled his pants and they fell down.
We forgot
because he had dirt from sliding, so the dirt gets in there for sliding.
His face has been the same color as the bill of that cap right now.
Wait.
He mooned everybody in.
I know what he did, but why did he do that?
Because there was dirt. There's dirt in the front when he had to slide.
I don't think that's really
underneath your belt.
But why did he do
Because when he had first slid, the dirt got underneath.
Why
so
he did that,
you don't want. I don't care. Here's a guy, right? Guy stuff. We don't like other stuff in our junk. We just like our junk in our junk. We don't like the debris or whatever. It's the most uncomfortable thing. So he's just like, get it out of there. Forgot where he was.
He pulled his pants down.
Steve Lyons.
Forgot where he was.
He got in the broadcast booth after that. He was great as a broadcaster, too.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. I still don't. How could you forget where you were? How could you?
I mean, I know why I forget where I am sometimes. It's because I'm fully medicated, but that's on purpose.
That was at Tiger Stadium.
Speaking of that.
Oh, my God. That is my favorite thing ever. It was like he was legitimately embarrassed.
Yeah, he was.
Not like... That is my favorite clip of all time.
1990. You were only 9.
I was only 9. Oh, that was some good stuff. That was some good stuff. Is that all you got?
That's it. Good. I got that. It's flooding outside.
I want another one.
It's flooding outside. I ran through 2 rivers on my way here. One on Jefferson, another one on 94 to get on 696. It's a disaster out there. Let's put up a couple of pictures, Alex. This is
people be careful driving.
Yeah, check this picture out. That is right by Oakwood Boulevard on the way to Adam's house in Dearborn. Look, it's a river. I-94 is shut at 75. And then here's the lodge. A little video on the lodge. Look at this.
What's the lodge?
The Lodge
the
Freeway.
Lodge is number 10.
It's downtown.
Oh,
Number 10.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, the Lodge downtown.
Wow.
Did you put my picture up there?
What's your picture?
I sent you a picture.
The river,
I was digging out the garage because
I still couldn't make out your picture.
Really?
It's
Alex,
of the water flowing the river because the neighbors building the house, and the way everything flows, it starts flowing down to the garage. So I was digging out. I watched the water level go up outside and was like, oh, so we had to dig out a ravine.
Alex, you can go to Darren's picture when you find it. It's on the hook.
Y'all remember how just a couple weeks ago I was so upset about my compost getting flooded and all the worms.
You killed the worms, you drowned them.
So we had landscapers come out and discuss the situation because it gets really swampy in our yard after after rains. And so it turns out that just the type of dirt that we have, it's more clay and everything. So they're basically ripping out our entire backyard, putting drain pipes underneath everywhere. And then it's going to drain into a separate system. Yep. And I kind of feel like I'm waiting for my husband to freak out and say, this is all so that you can compost. This is all so you can compost. And I was just kind of saying, like, oh, won't it be nice? Like, the kids can go outside and play, and it's not going to be so swampy.
I like that idea.
Yeah, they're ripping out our entire backyard for this.
Sounds like a pretty good expense.
Yeah.
There's DMac's yard.
Yeah.
That's outside, so I had to run. I put the board down to make it look like there was a path, so it was like a river running through it, and that's the cord for the pump that I had to pull out.
Now I get it, Mac.
Right, so it's coming outside. That's the side door of the garage, but it was built up, so I put the
DMac Estates.
Yeah, they're the estates, all right. The States and the Heights.
In the Heights.
These rains are crazy. That is for sure. So you guys stay safe if you're driving. Be careful and stay dry. All right.
I'm sorry for all those parties, all those graduation parties. I'm going to 2 of them later after work. I feel terrible
today.
Yeah, I have 2 today,
just
3 tomorrow.
Just drop your
That's all
money
they really care about.
I know.
Just take them the card. That's all they really care about.
Hopefully it'll be a decent weekend.
Right, for sure. Tomorrow's supposed to be better, right?
Yeah.
We'll see. All right, guys, so more Richard Sherman news. So stick around. We are going to be getting to that. He has been released with no bail. There's been released footage of the Ring camera or the Nest camera, whatever their in-laws had. It gets worse, but it's gotten better, I feel like, after his apology. So you guys don't go anywhere. You guys are tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Welcome to the Call Sam Chopper Shop, where you can win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time.
Watch as the Bad Pig Custom Team turns this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
And when it's finished, we'll be donating the bike to Volunteers of America Michigan to raffle off in support of our vets.
A great cause to give back to those who've given so much.
Watch for Call Sam Chopper Shop episodes on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper shop.
Start a new career in an industry that is always essential, the heating and cooling industry. Learn more today by visiting northwesterntech.edu. Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. Okay, so this is the developing story. It's Richard Sherman. He was released from jail without bail. The judge said that that since it was his first criminal offense and because he's a pillar in the community, that bail wouldn't be necessary. However, his release did come with several conditions. He could not drink alcohol, he can't possess any weapons, and he can't contact his father-in-law. So no bail, but there were some conditions. Fair enough conditions, right? Nobody thinks that those are out of line.
I don't think he cares.
No, I mean, I think that it's good for him to not drink alcohol right now. It's probably good for him to not possess any weapons at the moment. And it's probably best that him and his father-in-law take some space. I think that this is okay, right? Fair enough.
No, this is one of those incidents that happens, and one we failed to recognize when it goes sort of the right way. It's in all the bad that has happened, but this is the sort of the best outcome. You got the reason, the relationship. I know that Richard Sherman's come out with a statement, but it's the same thing as Jameis Winston had to file assault on his wife in Vegas because she cut his lip and knocked his tooth out. Did you see that?
I didn't.
Oh, yeah. Alex, was somebody easy? Find me that article because that was over the weekend. But obviously reported it, and it was how it was reported. So maybe in all of this, let's look at the bright side that, he's going to get some help. But it's something that most of the time when you hear this, somebody's dead. Or somebody's facing life sentence, and in this, there's hopefully some education to be brought. And from you were reading the quote, and just from what I took at it is, there's some mental health issues going on that Richard Sherman needs to handle. And I know that with the alcohol and stuff like that, how it can just blow things out of proportion. So hopefully this is, as they say, I don't believe in rock bottom because you can see it's an infinity. You keep digging. Trust me. Just trust me on that. But the fact is, I hope this is a way to dig back out.
Yeah. So, speaking of the issues that he's been having for quite some time.
Not Jameis Winston, Dwayne Haskins.
Oh, Dwayne Haskins. I was like, gosh,
that makes more sense.
Yes, it was Dwayne Haskins.
I was like, Jameis. Oh,
so back in February, going back to Richard Sherman, according to the Associated Press, Sherman had an extreme risk protection order taken out against him by King County prosecutors and the sheriff back in February. The order prohibited Sherman from possessing guns as he was deemed to be possession of possible danger to himself and others. Oof. So this started back in February. Now the charges that he's possibly being faced with, the judge found 4 probable cause for 4 charges, which include criminal trespass with a domestic violence designation, malicious mischief, DUI, and resisting arrest. So he hasn't been charged with that. He can possibly be charged with that. Then earlier, TMZ released the video from the doorbell, which, guys, how do these get released?
They get everything.
But how?
Because it's out there. If technology these days, everybody's got everything. Enemy of the State with Gene Hackman and Will Smith came out 20 years ago when they can put a camera in on there. So everything's seen.
So this is a video of him trying to bust into his father-in-law's house. We got a copy of it. We're going to go on ahead and play it now. It's disturbing.
Come through, bitch. Come through. Come through. Come through. Come through. Come through, right? Come through. Come through. Come through. Come through. Come through. Come through, right? Come through.
It's like hitting a sled.
Well, he didn't do that too much, so that's why I couldn't get through the door.
Yeah, if he hit the sled, maybe he would have gotten through.
Y'all stop.
Anyway, that's Richard Sherman the other night, and then he ran from the police, and they sicked the canine on him, took him to the hospital, treated his wounds, and locked him up. But he is out now, and he issued an apology today on Twitter. You could check it out, rsherman25 on Twitter. He says, I am deeply remorseful for my actions on Tuesday night. I behaved in a manner I am not proud of. I've been dealing with some personal challenges over the last several months, but that is not an excuse for how I acted. The importance of mental and emotional health is extremely real, and I vow to get the help I need. I appreciate all of the people who have reached out in support of me and my family, including our community here in Seattle. I am grateful to have such an amazing wife, family, and support system to lean on during this time. Richard Sherman. That's what he put out on Twitter. And that's where we are. You're up to date on
and
Richard Sherman.
I think it was a great apology.
That's all he could say.
But he said all the right things.
Yeah, he's smart.
Right? I was gonna say you could see how smart he is in that one. It was very well written, to the point. You're probably laughing because he's probably
I'm reading comments because people are saying you got to get lower in your stance. You got to hit that sled a little harder. You know, you got to. His form was off. Stuff like that.
But yeah, I mean, I'm seeing them too now that I'm looking at him. But yeah, hopefully he does get the help that he needs. I think what's going to end up happening is he might take some time off, maybe halfway into the season, and then come back. I think he's gonna need some time to even if a team signs him. I think he himself and his family is gonna say the right thing to do is to just take a mental break from everything.
Here's my question, because if you posed this question to me yesterday, and again, not knowing the total facts, if you asked me, do I think he would have played? I said no. After seeing the way that things played out, especially, about the bailout with the other things like this and the apology, now we'll see if he, I believe he'll follow through and stuff like that. So do I believe that he'll get signed? But the one thing is not like just the cry for help or whatever it is like I can't emphasize that this is a good ending, because now it's back, like he says, and his family and him, and he's got to do the work.
My buddy John Lund from KNBR, they cover the San Francisco 49ers, so he knows Richard Sherman, and there was rumors that the Niners were about to re-sign him prior to this, and they did come out, and John Lynch, the general manager, said, we're here for Richard. We'll be there for his family. We're not going to leave him behind. And there's a rumor still circulating that they're still interested in bringing him back to play football.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure when, but that is the word out of San Francisco. And
I could see that happening. I could 100% see that happening. And then I also think that this makes sense as to why he found interest in investing in the health tech company. We talked about it on Wednesday when he had invested in NeuroSense, which is focused on implementing healthy habits, working on aligning the body and mind and all that stuff. It makes sense now. This is something he feels passionate about because clearly it's something he's dealing with, and I really hope he is able to get the help that he needs.
He's obviously mad at his father-in-law for something. Something's going on. Someone's in their business. Maybe he don't want him in their business. You never know with in-laws and how you get along. And,
tell us, man.
And you just never know how you get along. Here's some replies. Here's some replies to Adam Schefter's text. I just want to read some of them. Yes, the mental and emotional health cop-out. It's like the new version of pleading insanity in court. Here's another one. Yeah, it's like the difference in telling your company you have a drug problem and getting help versus getting a random drug test and popping and wondering why you got fired. Then there's another one. Nothing about a direct apology to the father-in-law. Then it says, in-laws never deserve apologies.
Hey, but here's the thing, too. You want to be devil's advocate, right?
Right.
So follow the money also. And I'm not, and I'm going to take it because I'm a person with mental health and addiction and stuff like this. But if you're going to break this down to 2021 where you got to go over it, cancel culture with a comb, is this a roundabout way not only to get his name relevant again, but also to that new company and stuff with something that he's suffering, so he comes out.
It just seems to fit like a glove, Mac.
I'm just saying, you have to listen. You have to the stuff that you watch or you have to ask yourself the question. So why is it? And it's not wrong to ask that question. Obviously, we'll see. Obviously, the way that it works, but I'm used to following the money because in the cannabis business, right?
I don't think somebody gets himself
money grow on
arrested.
trees?
No, but what I'm saying, but did it go to? But what I'm saying is, there's a silver lining in this.
Sure, right.
But you don't think that, Pilar. I don't think that that's the case. But you can't say that in today's day and age. You can't question that. The thought process of whatever, you have to eliminate that. It's like the detectives. Right, to say that. So
that
when
this
people
was
are
all staged so that to
I'm
bring
saying
awareness.
people will say that if they're saying this about the timing of it and
No, I get
everything
what you're
else,
saying.
there could be, if you're going to break it down because you brought in information. Now, I'm not saying that it is, but I'm the one that's going to bring it to, because they're going to go negative on it. They're going to bring that up.
Right.
Neil
I
Rule
get
was
it.
here when you were gone a couple of weeks ago. He was here and we were talking about the Rocket Mortgage Classic and how Phil Mickelson said, I'm never going to play here in Detroit again because that guy in Detroit News wrote that article about me. And then he started backwheeling. And then Bryson DeChambeau fires his caddy. And we all kind of put this together. Neil Rule says, hey, what's happening on Monday? Oh, they're playing the match up in Montana. Who's playing?
Right.
Phil Mickelson against Bryson DeChambeau. Who's in the news? Phil Mickelson and Bryson DeChambeau. It's just another way of looking at it. That's all I got to say.
And you're absolutely right.
See, because it's the way that we were brought up, Fleur. And the way that we were brought up is we would never question, that would never come into account. It'd just be like, right? But Maz says cancel culture, all this stuff, that you break it down. And that's the transparency of the time we live in right now. It's got to be the truth, and it's got to be broken down, and everybody gets behind it. To your point about how do they get the video? Somebody's got it. It's out there.
That's what worries me, is that I think, did his father-in-law release the video?
Of course he did.
Okay.
Of course he did.
Like, I know,
it's his house. Somebody there or whatever else, and he didn't get an apology. So there's something big going on.
He don't
I'd
like
to
his
know what that is.
father-in-law. He don't like Ray. Is that his name, Ray? I thought I heard him say Ray. I think it's Ray.
But but then as far as where people was saying on social media, on the comments that you were reading, as far as another one, blaming it on mental health. So I don't think that that's fair, because if you were to actually go back, and a lot of us didn't know until all this that he had this extreme risk protection order against him from back in February, that he wasn't allowed to possess a gun because he was deemed as a possible danger to himself and others. People didn't know this about Richard Sherman. Nobody knew this about him. So
he had a temper. You heard. You see how he's been all these years. Remember that Aaron Andrews interview after Seattle won a game, and he's like just screaming, and she's just there smiling and holding her mic. Legion of Bull. No one believes in us. I got to find that video.
Put a sorry-ass receiver against me like Crabtree. That's what you're going to get.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, he's out there, man.
Fired up. That's not an anger issue. I mean, that's not something
he's
where
out
it's
there.
like...
That was him at the very peak of his career, making the most important play of his career.
Yeah.
And you just happen to put a microphone in front of his face, and that's what you got.
Yeah, that one wasn't... that wasn't anger issues. He wasn't making a spectacle of himself game after
Mac,
game
I'll ask
after
you as an
game.
athlete. You play hockey. It's a violent sport. Football, it's a violent sport. Would you say, I'm not talking about quarterbacks. I'm talking about not running backs, not wide receivers per se, except Antonio Brown. Would you say athletes that play football and hockey have a little bit of an edge to them?
You have to.
Yes.
You have to survive. To get to that point, to get to the best of your craft, a 1 percentile of any craft, you have to be special in some way. And usually, for the most part, you do one thing better than a lot of people. Now, the great ones do a lot of things better, but you're a 1 percenter.
Yeah.
Isn't that something? I mean,
but
you're already out there.
But you're mentally
different
too, and then we don't know enough about the brain to what makes it snap, and it's like stress and but so if I'm going to here's another side to it. What about if he comes to the realization that he might not get a job, that this is it for him? That brings some certain guys that are used to that competition and used to that thrive and that, Jones, trust me, I mean, he might have got bad news that day. In the long run, it's better for him to go through this and get the help and be all right than to go play leaving Las Vegas for 5 years like I did.
He might have gotten bad news that day. We don't know. The Niners might have said, hey, we're not interested in signing you. Maybe he hits the bottle then, starts drinking. We don't know what happened to him then.
We don't know anything, right. And that's, I feel like we've covered so many different stories in the last 6 months, or how long have we been on air? 6 months, 5 months, 4 months?
I think Dink said
whatever.
like 100 episodes with the best of. But, the one thing is, too, is that other than what you think you know about an athlete, you really don't.
You don't.
Unless they put themselves out there. Right, that's why I'm a unicorn when it comes to that, because that's my power, but that's me as a human being, not as an athlete. That's just the passion for people and stuff.
Sure. So and Tom, I understand what you're saying. A lot of people, to athletes that are in contact sports, you have that ability to get angry, right? You need that.
Do you want to piss off Ray
get
Lewis?
angry. No.
Someone pissed Ray Lewis off a long time ago. That's all I got to say. Someone pissed him off.
You were really funny.
You're on a roll. You got OJ, you got Ray.
God forbid that Twitter was around then. God forbid.
But yeah, hopefully, I hope that Richard Sherman takes the time that he needs with his family to get right, because nothing is more important than to get right mentally. Doesn't matter. But I do think he's going to be back in the game. Let us know what you guys think. You think he's going to be playing again this year at Woodward Sports? When we come back, we are going to get to our daily dose of Matthew Stafford love. This time, who's it from? You don't want to miss this. Stick around. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10 and a half months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire a graduate of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Happy Friday from Coast. Oh, I got caught but not twice. Anyways, yes, Coast. It's been around since 1919. CoastPortland.com. WSN 20 for 20% off. But it's Friday, so it's hashtag How We Coast. I got 2 winners for you here. First one, easy. I need you to get at Sports and More 19 on Instagram. And he sent me a nice picture of Poison Ivy. And he said I needed to get the headlamp to watch out for this crap in the woods, especially at night. So Sports and More, thank you. And Davis Sampson, who says he hunts morels, and the headlamp and Tammy's testimonial said it made it a must-have.
Nice.
So to Davis and to Sports and More, thank you for using Coast. You too. Anyway, you do Woodward Sports, hashtag How We Coast. I give away a couple $100 gift certificates every Friday, so whether you need a lamp, a headlamp, a knife, a machete, whatever it is, check out all their stuff, CoastPortland.com.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. All right. I mean, it wouldn't be us. I feel like after all that love that we gave Matthew Stafford yesterday, we just wanted to give him more love today. So for our daily dose of Matthew Stafford love, this time, it's from the Pat McAfee Show. We've got that clip for you guys to watch.
A lot of people are talking Matthew Stafford going to be in the MVP conversation now that he has an opportunity. And Detroit Lions fans love that or hate that now that everybody's giving him love and expecting him to maybe be the best quarterback in the NFL because he's out of Detroit.
Absolutely love it. I'm so happy for him. I hope they win the Super Bowl.
Okay, so is that how everybody in Detroit feels, Lions fans feel? Or are you?
I don't think everyone feels like that. I was always a huge Stafford fan. There was a lot of Lions fans that hated Stafford. A lot of Lions fans that are idiots thought Stafford was the problem. They wanted us to draft quarterback years ago. Trust me, there are a lot of them out there, including some of my friends from home, and I would call them an idiot every single year. We would have went 0-16 last year if we didn't have Matthew Stafford.
What do they think? They do the whole Pad Stafford thing?
Yes, they do that whole thing. What does he want? What does he want? It's like, nah, he is not the issue. Watch the game.
He was covering up for a lot of things going on out there.
Everything
is an absolute monster, and I would 100% put him in the category of the handful of guys that could win the MVP next year.
Me too. I like the Rams. I think McVay's going to be refreshed.
That's Evan Fox and A.J. Hawk alongside Pat McAfee. Showing some love. That kid, Evan Fox, is a huge Lions fan. So they'll always talk little Lions. And, of course, they love MCDC, Motor City Dan Campbell. Yeah. So that's where the love's
Neil
coming.
As Neil Rule, our friend of the show, says, both can be true.
It's so true.
Right? Now the caveat, right? My question is, okay.
Is this the first caveat of the day?
First caveat of the day. Okay. The caveat is if there wasn't draft picks attached, right? We knew like it was already put in place. Would that make a difference with people wanting to see Stafford succeed? So, right, because the first thing is you want them to not do as well. And I believe that if they're going to lose, the biggest game is the first playoff game. Who do they got? Because him to get over that hump, because it's one of those things. If he can get over that, get that first win, then nobody knows. Right, so my question is, are the haters just hate because that's the way it is, or because I sort of want both, but it's also seeing what the draft's going to be, how we want it, and I'll answer at playoff time whether I want them to win that first game.
Go back to 2014 and that Cowboys playoff game. If they don't pick that flag up, I think the Lions go ahead and win that game. So do we look differently then at Matthew Stafford, and do they win the following week when they play the Green Bay Packers? I guess we'll never know, but he had him set up to win that game. He had a great first half, not a great second half, but you got to give a little of that to Dallas. I mean, they improved. They did well. They wound up losing the next week on almost the same kind of play when Des Bryant, they said no catch at the goal line against the Packers. That was a Calvin Johnson rule. That was a catch as well. But nonetheless, if Stafford wins that game, who knows what we're talking about right now? Who knows? Sure. You know what? And Ndamukong Suh might have stayed. You don't know anything. Everything changed that day when they picked up that flag.
Yeah.
And
that's Maz saying that. It would have been different. It would have been different. He would have stayed. We'd have a Super Bowl by now. That's what Maz is saying.
That's what I'm saying.
But DMac, I'm going to answer your question. Yes, I think that if draft picks were not attached to the trade, people would support Matthew Stafford a lot more and say they want him to do well in his new home. But for us, no, I don't want him to do well because we need those draft picks, right?
Well, we're going to get it. We're going to get a draft pick.
Well, no, but we need good draft picks, not right.
The Rams are going to do well, regardless of what the hell we want them to do. They're a good team.
Look, if they win Super Bowl, we're screwed.
So we get the number 32
We get the last pick in the first round.
We have our own pick, and we'll have the last pick. And who knows what they'll do? Maybe they'll trade 2 picks and get another pick. You don't know what's going to happen. Plus, we have one the following year.
Right.
I love this one, Dabber. Get off your ex's social media. She's your ex. Don't be going looking at her social media after break up. That's what this is like, right?
It's true, though, right? Like, Dabber. I think the only reason why, I would be perfectly fine not caring what Matthew Stafford did and wish him well. I do. I still do wish him well. Just not too well because obviously I want the Lions to get a really good draft pick from them next year. But I think if it wasn't for the draft picks, I'd be like, Matthew Stafford, he was wonderful to the city of Detroit. He's moved on. We've moved on. And that's their business.
We haven't moved on.
Well, we haven't. I mean, we're going to move on. We're moving on.
I want them to lose one game, the Rams, and it's against the Lions.
Against Lions. Of course
Other
you
than
do.
That,
of course
win the Super Bowl.
There's the question. If Detroit beats the Lions, the Lions beat the Rams, but the Rams win the Super Bowl, are you happy? And
yes.
Because it goes back to beating the Patriots, back when we thought that we had something.
I know.
Small victories.
Yes.
But now we're on to bigger and better things.
That would, you're 100% right. We'd be okay with them winning the Super Bowl if we beat them in October.
Hey, coming up later in the show, we have Michael Brockers. He spoke on Sirius XM Radio, and it's what he said to Jared Goff and what he thinks of this Lions. You're not going to want to miss this one. I promise you that.
Yeah.
And it's not about Matthew Stafford this time. It's actually about the Lion team that's here.
All right, guys. So moving on to NFL player vaccination update. Now, in a tweet from Tom Pelissero, which we're going to go on ahead and show you guys, these are the numbers now. 13 teams are over 85% threshold. 73.8% of players have at least one shot. 2 teams are below 50%. Most teams report to training camp in 11 days. So that is the NFL vaccination numbers if anybody wants to be nosy in other people's medical lives.
And if you want to, you're going to know. You're going to know soon because, as Roger Goodell and the NFLPA has said, if you're not vaccinated, you are going to be treated like it was 2020. You're not going to be with your teammates. You're not going to eat with them. You're not going to fly with them. You're just going to play, and you're going to go to the games. So we'll find out who's vaccinated and who is not.
So I don't know if you guys have still been keeping track with the numbers here in Michigan, but they're going up.
They are. It's going up everywhere.
They're going up, right? And so are numbers of people being vaccinated. And now they're saying that it's because people are being vaccinated that the numbers are going up, because people are vaccinated and they want to go out and have a good time because they're thinking, hey, I'm vaccinated. So you can't say, like, hey, get your vaccine and we're not going to put all these restrictions on you. But if you don't get your vaccine, you're going to have all these restrictions because the numbers are starting to show that at this point, it's kind of all the same.
California has already
fair.
changed their indoor rule again. Indoors, you have to wear a mask again in California, or at least certain parts of California, LA County per se. I just read that, and things are going to change. Not down south, of course, because they never had masks on. But nonetheless, across the country, look what happened with the Yankees. 85% of that Yankee team, and we're not sure what the 15% didn't do it, were vaccinated. Yet Aaron Judge, Gio Urshela, and 4 other Yankees are testing positive. 3 of them aren't showing any signs of being sick. The other 3, they really haven't said anything. Look what happened with the Olympic team.
Yeah.
It's gonna. The way they said it, the All-Star game the other night on Tuesday could be what they call a super spreader. And just think what the Olympics are going to be. And the Olympics start next Friday in Tokyo if it does all go through. I don't know. I just don't know.
Stay woke, yo. Andrew, you have something for us?
Yeah, there's already a lot of people in Tokyo. Like, I know the swim team, they're already in Tokyo right now getting ready. The basketball team is, I think, probably tomorrow, the next couple of days.
Yeah, they're still in Vegas.
Yeah, they're, wearing masks and everything. Like, there was an article that came out and it said, it's going to be way stricter than the NBA bubble. It's going to be nuts on how strict they're going to be if, you're not vaccinated or not. So it's going to be interesting to see, how it works.
And I want to see what baseball is going to do. I mean, if 6 Yankees, including Aaron Judge, and Aaron Judge was near the home run derby. He was also at the All-Star game. Mm-hmm. He's hanging with Rafael Devers of the Red Sox. They're playing against each other. The Red Sox have ordered Devers, don't go out, do any interviews. We're going to still wait and see if you come up sick. J.D. Martinez was there. A couple of other Boston pitchers are there. So Boston is already, they hate New York as it is, but now they're really going to hate them if they turn up sick. And, they're supposed to play tonight. We'll see if DMac breaks some bad news to me again that the Yankees and Red Sox are not going to play again tonight. Mac, man, what do you do, man? What do you do for the Olympics? What do you do for baseball right now as well and football? Because you know the rules now. The rules say if you're not vaccinated, you ain't going to mix with your team.
Be grateful you're not a player. I guess, I mean, it all depends. It comes down to questions of who you are, what's important, and
Sam Darnold.
It goes to, and a lot of it comes back to Pilar. What she said about it being on the emergency list. It's not still waiting for something
FDA
more information.
approval.
Some people, because of the reactions, and now there's a question: well, why get it if you're going to get it anyways? Mm-hmm. Or if you get the vaccine, you can still get the corona. So. It's all about questions and needing the wide answers. I'm just grateful I don't have to make that decision.
But there are some workplaces that are going to say, if you want to work here, you got to be vaccinated. And then what do you do? You got to make your decision.
That's a problem that I have. I just feel that, it's people's priority priority.
It's their choice.
It's not, but what's it? Prerogative, what they put in their body. And I understand a lot of people don't want to get vaccinated. It's a very new vaccine, and there's, it's still under FDA emergency use. I understand why people don't want to put it in.
They're saying, the more I read, right now it's easy to get because there's no lines. Everyone is mainly vaccinated. Would you say it's 70-30? 70% vaccinated? Would you say the country is that?
I don't know what we're at anymore. I feel that with all these incentives, people are certainly
you got lotteries for crying out loud.
Becoming more and more. But I do know that they're taking a case, I believe, to the Supreme Court now linking heart failure in young adults to the vaccines after the 13-year-old kid passed away.
They also said COVID, if a young kid got COVID, they don't show any symptoms, but it's going to hurt their heart anyway. They said, and this new strain of COVID is supposed to be worse than the other one. And
they're all worse.
What do you got, Andrew?
48% of the U.S. is vaccinated. 48% of Michigan's vaccinated.
48%.
48%. Fully vaccinated or
fully
with their
vaccinated?
Fully
so half
vaccinated.
of Michigan
so
and half of the country.
Yeah. I think that we're in the 60%, though. But then, Tom, let me ask you this. How many people have had COVID already? Shouldn't they be considered as people who have gotten the vaccines because they've got the antibodies too?
I know. And then they tell you, the antibodies can leave you in 1 day, 2 months, 3 months, a year. It's so much to
But they're saying
read.
that with the vaccine too.
But when we're born, let's go back 10, 12 years. When you're born, you get vaccinated. A baby gets vaccinated. Most babies
they give them the only vaccines that they give them are their hepatitis B and a vitamin K shot.
But that's now. Back in the day, you got everything.
You get them like at 4 months. You still did back then too.
Yeah, I'm just saying. When you were a
hepatitis B
child,
is something new that they give you now at the hospital.
I'm just saying, as a country, we've done okay vaccinating all these years. And I know there's the anti-vaxxers. I have friends and family that are anti-vaxxers. I have my other side of the family that's all in on vaccination. So I'm not arguing. It is your prerogative to do whatever the hell you want. I had COVID. It didn't kill me. It didn't hurt me. One day I didn't feel good. Thank God. I lost my sense of taste and smell. I still ate, though. Nonetheless, here I am. And I tested my antibodies, and I still have them.
Right.
I don't know. I'm the most confused person that you ever wanted to talk to.
I think everybody is, right?
Are we still talking COVID?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that just even helps about confused.
I
no,
just
it is
think it's not
confusing,
fair.
and it's all about what is the truth, because where the information.
I think it's a crock of shit.
Yeah,
everything
you know
is
just the misinformation.
Yeah, and I just don't think it's fair that athletes are being put in these positions that, you have to do this, you have to do that, and then, like Cole Beasley said, so all these people that are that are vaccinated are going to go out and be reckless about it, and then I'm being safe. And then they're going to come back and bring it to me because
Stay woke,
they can
yo.
still get it.
Hey,
so it's not fair.
You
It's
can
not
still
fair the way
you can
they
still
have
get the vaccination, and you can still get COVID. I mean, that's just that's out there. That's a sure bet.
Yeah.
But supposedly, if you get it, it's not going to kill you. That's what they tell you.
Well, we'll see. But as the numbers continue to rise again, just everybody be careful and be courteous. That's the best thing you can do is just be courteous to other people and don't be all up in other people's bubble. Stay woke, y'all. All right. Whose birthday is it today? Well, it's a very famous former Lions player, and we're going to celebrate his birthday when we come back. So nobody go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
Hey guys, it's Maz for Legacy Partners Insurance. You know the deal when you turn on that TV, you're bombarded by insurance ads. We can save you money. We got the best deal. The best deal is at Legacy Partners Insurance. They've been around for over 100 years. They're an independent agent, so they're going to shop for the best quotes for you. For your personal, they shop between 7 and 10 carriers, and for commercial, over 50 carriers, so you're going to get the best deal. It's a no-brainer. If you haven't had your insurance quoted, give them a call. 586-209-4106. Even better, go to their website. It's designed for Woodward Sports. LegacyPartnersINS.com/Woodward Sports. Takes you to a landing page. Put your name and number down, maybe your email address, and let Team Maz go to work for you. It's a free checkup. It doesn't cost you anything. All you got to do is find your documentation. Simple. Legacy Partners Insurance. Give them a try. Tell them Maz sent you.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. Huge happy birthday, 53rd birthday to one of our favorite running backs of all time.
My favorite.
Barry Sanders.
Woo-hoo!
Favorite?
Oh,
Absolute
hands down.
Favorite?
He's the greatest
You
running
have to,
back of all time. To me. Mac, you're a football fan.
Yeah, no, one of the best.
You say
Definitely one of the best. The most exciting, electric, as far as, it's always the hindsight question or the Mazaway question.
Right.
Going in the
What
back
could have
is
been?
what could have been.
What
But,
could have been?
Good for him. I'm happy that he's back doing stuff with the organization. You see him around a lot. So, I see him more on the golf course now than anywhere.
I know. He's digging it. He's making money now, too, putting his name out there. He was a very quiet man. He's an honorable man. The NFL Hall of Fame put this 2-minute spiel out on the great Barry Sanders. Happy birthday, Barry.
A man of few words, Barry Sanders' play spoke volumes. A Heisman Trophy winner out of Oklahoma State, Sanders was selected 3rd overall by the Detroit Lions in the 1989 draft. His impact was immediate.
The F-back is the Heisman Trophy winner. And he gets the call. Cuts it back. Reverses field. 25, 20. He's to the 15. He's to the 10-yard line. Barry Sanders on his first NFL carry goes 19 yards.
During a career that would span 10 years, number 20 became the most prolific runner of his era, amassing 15,269 rushing yards, a total that at the time of his retirement was second on the NFL's all-time list. Selected to 10 Pro Bowls, Sanders was 4 times the NFL's rushing champion. He was the first player to run for over 1,000 yards in each of his first 10 seasons, and is the only NFL running back to produce 4 consecutive 1,500-yard seasons. Even more impressive than his records was the way he achieved them. Electrifying and elusive, Sanders' ability to suddenly stop and start was unparalleled, and opponents were often left grasping at air. Before Barry, the Lions reached the postseason just 3 times in 3 decades. With him, they were perennially playoff bound, making appearances 5 out of 10 years, including a trip to the NFC title game in 1991. In 1997, Sanders earned league MVP honors and amassed 2,053 rushing yards, the 3rd highest single-season total in NFL history. His 14 consecutive 100-yard rushing performances that season set a new NFL record.
Love it. I love it. My favorite 2 runs were when he spun around the Patriots' Harlan Barnett and then Tony Casillas and the playoff win in 1991. Absolutely spun him around. Casillas was like looking around. If you ever want to see that video again, just go back and watch that. NFL Hall of Famer Barry Sanders. Here's a couple more runs for you before we turn it over.
17 with Minnesota. Sanders making room on his own. Barry again. Flips a tackle.
And he gets it away to Barry Sanders in the open field. And look at Sanders make moves.
1st and 10 from the 41. Sanders. And Sanders blasting out and juking his way inside the 15.
Hornswoggle. Here's the handoff to Sanders. And he
This
just skips away from tacklers.
Just unbelievable how he gets through these areas.
Sanders found the hole. Puts the move on. Look out.
To Sanders.
Oh, my.
He's floating. He's gliding. He's cruising. He's stopping. He's now cutting back. And now he's gone.
Out of the way to Barry off the right. Barry to the 45.
Champion.
And bumps to the 40. Breaks it 35, 30. He's gone. Unbelievable. Touchdown.
I love that. Mark Champion on that last call. Yeah, did he say onions? Yeah, Mark Champion on that last call. Man, I just can't get enough of the guy. Happy birthday, Barry.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Happy
Wish we could have won for you.
3rd birthday. All right, guys, it is time for us to get to Pit Boss.
Second base. First or last, baby. You know.
Well, I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence.
Wasn't me this morning, but the skies are opening up with a whole bunch of excellence out there. Where are we this week, ladies and gentlemen? We are in New Hampshire at the Miracle Mile. Yes, 1.058 miles. What is this? The Foxwoods Resorts 301. They got the 750 package in there. So, you know what? Kevin Harvick has won 3 of the last 6 races here. Still looking for his first win. This is good. We got him with good money, but we're going to go Martin Truex Jr. plus 625. Joey Logano plus 1,200. Kevin Harvick plus 1,500. And our long shots, Christopher Bell plus 2,800. Obviously, Kyle Busch and Brad Keselowski, respectively, are plus 650, plus 850. But this is always a good race. The mile tracks, guys speeding around. So 750 package means a lot of the downforce, so a lot of passing and stuff. So
you're hot, man. You had Louis O in the Open.
We'll see.
Might have to bet with you.
Louis, you might want to. If anybody's got him like I am, I'll be looking to hedge my bet a little bit.
Of course.
Not of course.
Of course, you always hedge your bet when it comes down.
Not with Tiger. Never had your bet with Tiger.
Not with Tiger.
So that's what I said. I just got to prove the one time. Maz is right most of, if you did say most of the time, he just has to choose all to most.
Right.
But
right.
but again, look forward to it. I think there's 6 races left. So we've had 12 out of 16 qualifier, 12 winners this year, which is the most in the, I don't know. I'd have to look it up, but in a while.
Yeah.
So. Guys are fighting, so there's 4 spots left, but with 6 races, they're technically could be all winners. So the guys with the points, and you got Denny Hamlin, who's a champion, Kevin Harvick, who's a champion. They're on the outside looking in. So it's exciting. And then wait till this season's over because there's a whole bunch of new changes. NASCAR, for anybody that doesn't know. Comes to Brookline to MIS and at the end of August, but it's growing. Motor sports or whatever, they're introducing some new teams. Guys are moving different places.
They know what they're doing. I mean, they're almost as big as the NFL.
Well, it's getting there and it's exciting. And this is what I encourage anybody who wants to get into it. Just like I was the person that thought it was 4 left turns, that there wasn't team to it. Get somebody who knows what they're watching to sit you down and explain to you. It's just like I do with somebody if we're going to explain watching hockey. So I thoroughly enjoy it. I think I've missed 2 races this year. So, yeah, it's always good. XM90 if you're driving. I'm usually driving, listening. But NASCAR is a great sport to listen to.
I would say it's one of the sports that's a lot of fun to listen to.
It really is. And because the way that they handle the track, they usually have 4 corners. They have 4 different reporters, and the way you listen to them hand off to each other, and they play the sound. That's the best part about being there live. So.
The sound. Yes, it is. Also the in Formula One, the British GP happens this Sunday, so there's some good racing events going on.
That's out of my league. I'm not allowed. I might be able to
Saturday,
to talk
I'm trying to think what else happens this weekend. It's racing. Last weekend was such a jam-packed weekend.
NBA Finals Game 5 tomorrow.
Hey, you know what the best part is?
British
Open gets over before the race starts.
Yeah.
Don't have to double dip.
Right?
That's not going to start as early, right? Because as the days go on, doesn't it start a little bit later?
But so 7 a.m. is still noon.
Right.
8 a.m. is 8:30, 9 o'clock. So you're still done by 1 or 2 over here, right?
Yeah.
So that'll be exciting.
Fun.
It'll be a fun weekend.
How was your wrestling the other day?
It was awesome. Last night also.
It was last night.
Yeah, it was last night. So being the commissioner, saw some great matches. I sent some of the files or whatever in the Facebook and stuff. But what happened is there's this clown out there called Chinstrap, right? That was a tag team guy, and he got mixed in. And because I was the commissioner, he thought that I was messing up his tag team. So this kid actually challenged me in his Ice-T Kid and Play outfit and stuff like this. And I asked him, I said, I didn't do it, to be honest, but what if I did? So long story short, August 26th at the same spot, I'm going to teach this young guy a lesson, and he's got something about, he knows I'm tough and a hockey fighter, but has no idea of, I'm going to give him the DMac stoner. He'll know.
Good.
Might get into a chest slap contest with him, Maz.
Do it, brother.
Right.
All right.
I'm just going to look at, I'm going to bring a picture of you and have him hold it right there, and I'm going to whack him.
Be nice, guys. It's
That
Friday.
is being nice.
It's Friday. For a second, you were being nice, and then
Why do
you
I got to bring the
said-
DMac out in you?
No,
Why can't I ever bring the Darren out?
You always
because
bring the
you know
beast
why,
out
Maz?
in
Is
him.
because my guard's down. Because the pure intention is because it's the guard's down. So then that so I don't have to fake anything with you because you know it's all in love, but it's all in shaking my head sometimes.
Me too.
I know.
Yeah,
it goes both
guys,
ways. It goes both ways.
Sometimes, guys, I go home at the end of the show and I'm like, they
But we're
really
from Mars. You're from Venus.
do like each other, right? Like they are
No, we
really
love each other.
friends, right? Oh, you do love
We
each
love
other.
each
Meanwhile,
other.
he's like, eh.
No, I definitely do.
No,
You know, I mean, so I'm like,
But Pilar, you see, you've
You brought
only
me combos today. You brought me pizza combos today.
Oh, I
How can I not
know.
love
Dude,
I know.
hey, am I not the king of yelling and going to get your Diet Coke and
it?
bring it back?
You're a beat the dog, pet the dog.
Yes,
Yeah.
I beat the dog, pet the dog. Now remember, I learned that from Steve Eisenman, but he only kicks a dog twice. I put in the pet the dog. Yeah, there you go. It's all about us learning together.
You
Thanks for
kick
being
the dog
here.
over and over. You guys both kick each other, so.
He earned it.
All right, guys, it is time for us to get to our $25,000 Kick for Crypto promo. So when we come back, we're going to let you know exactly what word to type on our social media, or you can always give us a call, 313-552-6322 to become our qualifier for today.
But you won't.
Nobody go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Welcome to the newest Bridge Street Exchange, not only in downtown Fenton, now in the Somerset Collection. Located on the second level, south side, right next to Lululemon and Starbucks. This is where you can get all the hottest barware, or men's grooming products, or clothing, or, oh, that's what you meant. Don't forget they got some cool hats too, and it's a lot of great local Michigan-owned companies that you're supporting.
And don't forget, all under $3.
You're such a loser. But for real, take advantage. 15% off if you come in here. Tell Kevin that Woodward Sports sent you. Or stop.
Welcome back
Oh, dude,
to
I
The
was just
Hook.
gonna give the kid some. I was gonna just give him some shine. I was gonna give Andrew some shine. That the synergy Maz is feeling with Andrew right now is really good, and then I busted it a little
Still
bit.
good.
It's all
It's
right.
still
It was
good.
there.
No,
It's there. It's there.
That's why Maz is feeling good about himself right now.
Andrew's doing good.
Good.
Andrew's
you're doing a hell of a
doing
job,
great.
Andrew.
Much better than Juicy Jeff.
You are killing it over there. Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network, live from my bookie studios. Hey, guys, make sure that you are downloading our app, sharing it, spreading the word, spreading the love, liking it, leaving some great comments. You can get it in the Apple Store and the Android Store. All right, guys, it is time for us to get our qualifier today.
Let's go, hookers.
That's right, for our huge $25,000 Kick for Crypto
Helmet sticker, Alex.
promo. Wow, it's what, next week is when all this goes down. So today we're getting
Helmet
our
sticker, Matt?
I give you,
Our new
I'd give you a helmet sticker for that was a perfect drop for Come On Hookers. I mean,
I do that every day now when we do the crypto.
I
but-
get it, but I didn't give you a helmet sticker yesterday because I want to see if you're consistent. If you start being like Maz and start asking about why you're getting rewarded, then you're not going to get rewarded. Helmet sticker negative.
Oh my! Are
Took
you
it off.
serious? What kind of sticker was it?
It was a
the
helmet
ones
sticker.
that you get on the sticker. I
The
mean, on the
helmet
helmets.
stickers.
Like
you know
in
that
college?
they do put on. Usually, you just
Since
see
when
a
are we
helmet
doing
full of
that?
Ohio
But he wants
State
to know what it
Buckeyes
is.
guys.
What's on it?
Yeah, is it the Buckeye? Like,
Yeah, what is it?
Like the Ohio
It'd
State
obviously
kids,
be
or-
like
It's a hook.
it'd obviously be a grind time or a DMac or a hook
fist.
thing. It'd be the fist.
Okay.
It'd be this. This is it.
There you go.
They're
All
on
right,
McCarty.com.
guys. So either give us a call.
You still owe me a shirt, by the way. I wanted
I owe
the
him
red
a shirt,
one.
Maz. He's talking like a producer every day.
Oh my gosh.
And your
Okay.
kid. He's talking. You guys having these dinner time conversations. You sitting them down.
It's
Yeah,
just-
you are at dinner time.
He's just learning. That's
He's
all.
just learning.
All right. So y'all can either give us a call. 313-552-6322 is our number to be our qualifier for today. Not only do you get to be our qualifier, but you also get to choose whether you would like a Coast headlamp or a Coast knife. So good stuff. All you have to do is give us a call. 313-552-6322. Or, in the words of Stick, I love that commercial.
It is.
I made that commercial.
What's that?
I made that commercial.
Oh, more like easy every day. Look at me. Look at me.
Okay, you know
I
what?
love
it was a really subtle one. I'm proud of it. Okay.
You should be proud of it.
Thank
you should be proud of it.
Oh, so he's learning from easy too. I like it.
Okay, so
No,
all you
do
have
not
to
compare
do,
me to him.
all you have to do
That's hitting below the
is
belt.
hit us up on our social media at Woodward Sports. And what is the code word for today going to be?
Let's do Woodward.
Happy birthday, Barry.
Okay.
That's
That's gonna. Oh,
So it's going to be crypto. Happy birthday, Barry.
I like that.
Okay? Hit us up on our social media and ready, set, go. Now. In the meantime, while we're waiting for our qualifiers to hit us up, Tom Asway, get to your sports update, please.
All right, let's do it. Courtesy of MyBookie, our studio sponsor, MyBookie.ag. Don't forget, use that promo code Woodward. You'll match your first deposit halfway up to $1,000. You can bet the NBA Finals tomorrow, Game 5, and of course, baseball back tonight. Tigers and Twins aren't, though. Rained out at Comerica. They'll play 2 tomorrow, 1:10 and 6:10. Tigers make some moves before the game. They optioned Willie Castro down to AAA Toledo. He needed a little bit more work. Nomar Mazara designated for assignment. They recalled Derek Hill, great outfielder, the top pick from a few years ago, and Isaac Paredes. Tigers promote Camara Barti to their first base coach. Ramon Santiago goes to third. George Lombard back in the dugout with A.J. Hinch. He is the bench coach. Tigers start the second half, 40 wins, 51 losses. 4 of those courtesy of the Twins last weekend. Third in the American League. What are you laughing at?
I'm just laughing at Easy trying to stick up for himself that he's never Mr. Look at Me guy.
Okay.
You see that, Mac? Sorry,
I got nothing to say.
Sorry to interrupt, Maz,
no,
but what do they say about if it sticks, then maybe look at it in the mirror, right? Like if you gotta stick up for yourself every day.
Whoever smelt it, dealt it?
Well, something like that. I don't know. But I'm just saying, if you think you got to stick up for yourself, turn that mirror around, bruh.
Hey, 6 Yankees, including All-Star Aaron Judge, testing positive for COVID yesterday. The Red Sox game was canceled. They'll try it again tonight, unless, of course, another player tests. The Yankees 8 back right now, 4th in the AL East, do or die for the Bombers. NBA Finals down to a best-of-3. Suns and Bucks tied at 2 apiece. Game 5 tomorrow night from Phoenix. Damian Lillard, got some news on him. He's supposedly planning to request a trade from the Blazers. On his list of wants, Knicks, Lakers, Heats, Warriors. Who else would want to play for the Knicks, Lakers, Heat, and Warriors? For more on that, I got to go to my main man, Andrew, in the booth. What do you got on Dame?
What I got is today, Frank Galisto, he goes on Around the Horn and sometimes a part of my take on ESPN. He reported that the Portland Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups and GM Neil O'Shea are expected to meet with Damian Lillard tonight in Las Vegas, so we might have some news on that later tonight. He does have a press conference, but unsure what he said during that press conference. And also some lighthearted news on the NBA. The NBA tournament, play-in tournament, will come back next season.
Yes.
The PA and the NBA have agreed on that, so that's very exciting.
We love that.
You like
Pilar,
that?
That's your
you like
game.
that, Andrew?
You like the play-in.
I love it. It's
I liked it a lot.
It's fun because it makes it exciting. It's kind of like the wild card game. You know, it makes it feel exciting. So I'm excited.
You know what? If I would say that you and I are on the opposite ends of the spectrum as our basketball fandom, but we 100% agree. Because that got me to watch or got me to cheer, and just the way, you know, it's one of these things as they figured a way to get the entertainment, and I think that a lot to now is why people have been invested in either Milwaukee or Phoenix to the finals.
Yep. Yeah. What do you got on the Olympics? Keldon Johnson, tell me about him.
He will be playing for Team USA. He's from the Spurs, I've heard, to play for Team USA. He was a part of the select team, so he was one of those few that was part of Sadiq Bey Azir, so he'll be going to Tokyo instead of Bradley Beal. And then JaVale McGee, Detroit's own, he will be heading to the Olympics too, which is kind of surprising. He wasn't even on the roster or anything, so it's kind of cool. I mean,
why not Trae Young?
They should have picked Trae Young for sure. I mean, he wanted.
Did he want to win?
Yeah, even Donovan Mitchell, I think one other player wanted to go. I mean, there's a lot of good guys who wanted to go, but again, the way the Olympics are, it's going to be very tight, so they want to probably deal with another NBA bubble situation. So
it's a mess, man. It's a mess. Stay tuned. It starts next week. The opening ceremonies from Tokyo next Friday. USA, Australia tonight, postponed in Vegas. Mac, British Open.
Yes, British Open. Anybody who is here for Wednesday's Hack and Wax pick know that it hasn't changed since the first hour update because they're over at the British Open, Royal St. George, which is across the big pond of the Atlantic Ocean. But Louis Oosthuizen, yes, one of our picks is leading at -11. Behind him in second at 9 under, Colin Morikawa. Jordan Spieth sitting third alone at 8, and Dustin Johnson, Dylan Fratelli, a bunch of guys tied at 7. But John Rahm, Brooks Koepka, they're all in the hunt. So
Rahm was the favorite.
He's 5 back right now. So we'll see. Saturday, Madge, you know what they call it in golf? Moving day. Moving day. So
well, it's hours away, moving day. Yeah. By the way, Bryson DeChambeau yesterday ripped his equipment. He said his driver sucked. He sucked. He apologized to Cobra after that. And, of course, his buddy Brooks Koepka said, hey, I drove the ball great. I love my driver. So those two guys going at it. No Phil Mickelson, by the way. 12 over. He did not make the cut. So the Rocket Mortgage Classic took it all out of poor Phil.
Yeah.
Didn't it, Mac?
Yes, it did. Well, not the Rocket. The having to drag Tom around.
Yeah.
Maybe the high altitude or whatever.
Poor Tom
but here's
Brady.
the thing.
How did he walk?
Listen, in this stat,
one-legged.
Phil Mickelson.
That's exactly how he won his Super Bowl last year.
Phil Mickelson played one of the greatest rounds ever in British Open history when he shot a six under final round when everybody else shot even or over par.
Sweet.
And when after he won that, but Phil Mickelson in the first round or whatever has finished over 100th, last place in the field or whatever, more times than not. So that's not his course, man. That's not the contours don't agree with him. So it's something that it's more of a misnomer for him, and especially now at 50, like it's something that he won't win, but it's like a course that he's got to be familiar with.
Yeah. All right, guys. So for our Facebook qualifier,
you got a winner?
We've got
nice.
Scott Pacini. He put in crypto happy birthday Barry. So Scott, make sure that you hit us up and give us your email address so that we can go on ahead and put you on the list for our qualifiers. Do we have anybody?
I didn't see anybody on YouTube. Or Twitter.
YouTube or Twitter. All right, guys. Well, and also on that email, make sure that you let us know what you would like, whether you would like a Coast knife or a Coast headlight.
I love grilled cheese. Or grilled cheese.
Or grilled
Get it from Birmingham Roast. Excellent.
All right, guys. When we come back, Michael Brockers was on SiriusXM NFL Radio, and we have exactly what he had to say about Jared Goff and the Lions. Nobody go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Hi, I'm David Hall from All Financial. With historically low interest rates and 5-star service, you could pay your mortgage off faster without increasing your monthly payment. Get started now at 248-308-5000 or chat with us online. Call hallfirst.com.
What's up? Happy Friday out there. Made in Detroit. Yes, 8 Mile vodka. Smiling for the vodka. Pilar just said she cannot wait to go pick those kids up and get home to pound this down. Why? Because it's distilled in 90-liter batches, aerated, carbon filtered for optimal quality taste. This award-winning Sippers Cup vodka can be yours too. Stop at any Meijer. Yes, Meijer. In Michigan, they have it. Or any bar near you, ask for 8 Mile vodka. But when you do, please drink responsibly.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. Whoa. Tom Nazaway.
Keep it up there.
That's a good one.
Well, I went from this, which was a little low. I didn't like it, so I went to this. That was better.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
Put a star next to that
13,
one.
no good. 7, good.
Yeah, that's great. All
Very
right.
good.
Okay, guys. So Michael Brockers talked Jared Goff and Lions on SiriusXM NFL Radio, and this is exactly what he had to say.
Us.
Yes, he is.
What's the reaction when you learn that a guy that you played with all those years in Los Angeles is going to be with you in Detroit as they try to start things over there?
Definitely the conversation was had, and I just let him know, like, let's do it. Like, we've done it before, so we can do it again. So, I mean, a lot of people like to talk about, the Goff and McVay, but you got to think, man, Goff went out there and threw all those passes. He led us to the, Super Bowl. So, and I know he can do it, and I know he can do it again. So, I mean, we're ready to roll. We understand what we got ahead of us. I like the fact that nobody thinks we're going to do anything. So, maybe they won't bring their A game come Sunday, and we can go out there and come up on a couple of W's. But for us, man, we understand what this task, holds. It's about, taking it one day at a time, each game at a time, and seeing what we can put together.
So let me just say this. I'm just pleased to say that we're on satellite radio, Michael, and not terrestrial radio, because we'd be getting a fine from the FCC. So you can say anything you want on satellite radio. But it's interesting to hear you say it. Guys always say we love to block out the noise. I'm not paying attention to what people outside the building are saying. But you know what people think of this Lions football team. Some of it's based on recent track record. Some of it's based on what they are now. How do you react to that now that you're a member of this organization?
I smile at it. I truly do, because they don't understand it. Nobody truly understands what this team can do, but besides us, and that mentality that we can take is us against the world. Nobody thinks we can do it, so let's do it. I think that's the biggest approach about this game is that I love is nobody knows what's going to happen next year. Everybody has their lineup of who's going where and who's going to win, but nobody knows it. Any given Sunday, if you come out and execute and you're on top of your game, you're going to win. And I think that's the best thing about this game is it's a toss-up each and every Sunday. If you execute, you're going to win.
I love exactly what he said there. If you execute, you're going to win.
I like what he said earlier when he said no one's thinking we're going to do anything. So I think we're going to do something. And I love what Jared Goff did with the Rams. He's the guy that took us to the Super Bowl. Right. That's the first time I heard someone say that, Mac.
Well, it's the first, the point is he has to make the passes. He has to make the throws. No matter what you're told or preparation you have, you got to execute. So, that's just a guy that's played with him, a veteran guy, and somebody on the defense that, the accountability and knows that, like, they hear what's being talked about, so hopefully they can surprise some teams. But
Michael Brockers is making the rounds, huh? Yeah. He's on Jim Rome yesterday talking about Matthew Stafford, and today he's talking about Jared Goff and the Lions on XM radio, Sirius XM.
Yep. So, and I also think, people need to also remember when they did make this, when the Rams made the Super Bowl, they also had Wade Phillips there as well, which a lot can be accredited to their defense. So there was a lot that went into the Rams going to Super Bowl that year.
I think a reasonable expectation for the Lions this season is if they have a similar sort of path as the Pistons did this year, whereas they lose a considerable amount of games, but in the games they lose, they're competitive. In the games they win, they're also competitive. And we really see a lot of development in young players, like our draft class this year, like guys like Jeffrey Okudah, who had a really rocky rookie season with the old coaching staff, who were looking for development, who were looking for promise for. So, again, I know Art and the gang over at Baligian and Bell are really hyping up this 10-7 train, which I think is a little ridiculous, but at the same time,
I said 10-7.
I don't think so. 10 wins is that's kind of being
the first.
A little optimistic.
Hey, when you guys are ready to get off the hard drugs, come see me. I got the plan.
I said 10-7, and he's right. I was at first.
The most wins they're going to have is 7. It's 7. That's the most wins they'll have.
Look at Tom and I agreeing.
Look at that. By accident, even.
It wasn't an accident. You copied me. You knew that. I've said it all along.
I have. That's not on the paper.
Well,
There's nothing on here that says that.
We're about to find out real soon because the season is right around the corner. You guys keep letting us know your thoughts on social media and the comments that Michael Brockers made about his quarterback and the Lions in general. At Woodward Sports, hit us up or give us a call. We'd love to hear your thoughts. 313-552-6322.
Hey, Andrew, I'm looking at YouTube, and I got you and Ryan's reaction going back and forth. Ryan's like, he's abusing me, and you're on top of it, too. What are you doing? You're right. Maz is so full of himself. Oh, who's doing socials?
That's easy.
That's
Who do you think?
Easy.
It's not leave Andrew alone.
You're an a-hole.
That's easy, not me.
Easy is
That's not me.
and
see, look at every response from Easy Run Woodward Sports where
It's
he
all
wants
easy
to
right
deflect. I know he's trying to deflect because he knows it's all about easy.
Him and Ryan
Who
are
we
picking
talking
on
about
me.
now? Easy.
What is Easy saying?
Easy said, Maz is so full of himself, shaking my head. I don't know what the J is.
Oh, and
what's
Ry-
SMHJ?
And Ryan
Shaking
also
my
says, did Alex
friggin'
repeat
head.
Maz's opinion? No, that was my own opinion, Ryan. Thank you very much. I'm sick and tired of this narrative.
And then we got another one. Hey, now DMac and Maz are friends? Question mark. Exclamation point. What the hell?
Hey, keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Serenity now.
I think it's a crock of shit.
I guess apparently my friends are on the Baligian and Bell show where they believe that we're going to go 10-7. I got no friends here, huh?
You got friends.
The Lions
Jeez.
do have the 6th hardest schedule this year.
Thank you, Andrew.
That's what they say now, Andrew. But once the season starts, in another 5 weeks in the season, they'll say it's one of the easier schedules because the teams that were supposed to be good are never good. You know, it's just
That's
the way
exactly
it goes.
what happens.
It's just the way it goes.
That is exactly what happens.
I just can't wait. 11 days, and it'll be Camp Kitchikumi
Maz.
at Allen Park.
Maz,
can't
Tammy
wait.
brought up a great idea.
What did Tammy say?
Let's have a Maz and Easy grilled cheese eating competition.
Oh, hey, y'all know what? Let me tell y'all something. If they were the grilled cheese sandwiches that my husband makes, I could throw down.
Oh, big time.
I'm not
Oh, big time.
Not gonna lie, Joey can eat a lot too. He beat Easy in that hot dog eating contest.
Yeah. His name's Joey.
He's 26 years old.
His name's Joey. Hello,
He's a
Joey
kid.
Chestnut.
I could
Joey
beat somebody
Namu.
in a
Namu.
in
What's
a good
Joey's last
grilled
name? Namu.
cheese eating competition.
Shamu? Joey Shamu? Taboo?
I eat my grilled cheese, my son's grilled cheese, my daughter's grilled cheese.
Do you use ketchup?
I love grilled cheese.
Do you use ketchup? Grilled
No.
cheese, dip it in ketchup?
I can if I had to,
why?
but I don't
It's
have to.
delicious.
Yeah, I love ketchup.
Canadian.
I'm a ketchup
Well, I guess
guy.
that would be equivalent to people here dipping it in tomato soup.
I love grilled cheese.
Oh, absolutely. That's even better.
Easy said, "Wow, Big Tone is so full of himself now. Big Tone is so full of himself."
Listen, he can throw down some good grilled cheese. That is for sure.
Easy.
I mean, it's phenomenal.
Oh, that's funny.
Easy trying to dilute the situation by deflecting it onto Big Tone. I see what you're doing, Easy. I see what you're doing.
I'm sorry, Andrew, for yelling at you. I didn't mean to.
No, it's all
I
good.
got carried away. I
I
forgot
was
who
like,
was
poor
behind it.
Andrew. He's not even able to manage
he's doing
social media
terrific.
and the board. You are doing a
You're
phenomenal
already
job.
way ahead of where Easy was when he was in the booth.
And
way
Easy
ahead.
was never in that booth.
Any booth.
He used to be in
I
the
know.
other.
I'm joking.
Oh.
It's a joke.
Well, but it wasn't funny because it
Okay.
was fake. It was false.
I said in the booth. That's what I said.
Serenity now.
All right, guys, let's get to a little fun segment here. Which NFL offense would be harder to stop, in your very humble opinion? The way Maz is going today, everybody's going to be wrong if you're not going to have the same opinion as him. So play along on our social media at Woodward Sport. Let's go on ahead and put up this picture that we got from
Pro Football Focus.
Pro Football Focus.
Actually, at NFL Stats.
Oh, at NFL Stats.
Yes.
There's a PFF logo.
Oh, you're
on the
right.
bottom
My
right.
bad. The next one is PF. The next one is that. My bad. At Pro Football Focus.
Can you guys argue about this over dinner?
We can.
I mean, for real, right?
This
Over
is
your
what the hook is all about.
grilled
It's
cheese.
accountability. It's about the flow.
Well, check it out. Here's
All
your
right,
NFC
all
team.
right. Well played. Hold on. You get that sticker
Your
back
NFC
out.
team
Hey,
is
let's
Aaron
go.
Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is your quarterback.
Dalvin Cook is the running
Dalvin
back.
Cook, Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins, and the Saints' offensive line. AFC, you guys could handle that
Patrick
one.
Mahomes, Derrick Henry, Tyreek Hill, Julio Jones down by the schoolyard, and the Cleveland Browns offensive union. I'll do you even better. I'm going to take the NFC and put the Lions offensive line in there. Whoa, DMac! So I'm taking
hold on,
them anyways.
So Dave put on there Tom Brady's offense, but those weren't your options. But wouldn't that be a great offense to pick? Because it's very hard to stop, right, Tom Mazaway?
Not really.
Well, nobody could stop him last year.
They did stop him. The defense won him the Super Bowl, Pilar. Watch the Super Bowl.
How many times you watch the Super Bowl, Matt?
Yeah.
Barely the first time.
I think
It
the
was
Chiefs'
awful.
offensive line won the Tampa Bay Buccaneers the Super Bowl.
They didn't have one. Yep.
All right, guys, who would you pick on that? Would you rather have Aaron Rodgers, Dalvin Cook, Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins, and the Saints O-line? Or would you rather have Mahomes, Derrick Henry, Tyreek Hill, Julio Jones, and the Browns O-line?
Mac already picked. He took NFC. I like
You
the
picked
AFC.
NFC?
Yeah.
You picked Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams?
I'm taking Mahomes.
With Derrick Henry?
And
I'm taking Mahomes, Henry, Hill, Jones, and the
Yep.
Browns O-line.
And
Me
D.
too.
Hopkins?
Well,
I'm NFC.
No, I mean, it's hey.
I'm an NFC guy.
Matt,
I'm just saying. I
Matt,
would
would you watch that game?
I did.
No, would you watch that game?
Yes,
This
I
game.
would.
Okay.
Heck yeah, who wouldn't watch
Yes,
this
I
game?
would.
That's a stellar cast. I mean,
That's a pretty good one.
both of them. I would say I'm going to take the AFC team: Mahomes, Derrick Henry, Tyreek Hill, Julio Jones, and the Browns O-line.
That's good.
I mean, yeah. Especially
Andrew, how about
Tyreek
you?
Hill's-
Julio's going to get hurt.
AFC.
You're taking AFC
Yeah,
as well?
I like Tyreek Hill a lot. He's super fast.
Alex, I know
and
you're an
versatile.
NFC guy like me, but what are you taking?
I'm NFC. That Rodgers Devontae Adams duo is unstoppable.
So's Mahomes and Hill.
Yeah, Mahomes and Hill.
But when I think of duos, I think of Rodgers and Adams first. Plus, Dalvin Cook is he's in the NFC North, which I hate, but I respect the hell out
Derrick
of his
Henry.
game.
Yeah.
No, that's good. I just think Julio Jones is going
Let
to
me
get hurt
pick
and you
the
got to play
NFC.
with three guys.
Bro, I'm just looking what I see.
What do
I
you
see
like?
what I see.
What'd you take?
AFC.
Well, hey, Alex, tell your dad he's wrong.
Wrong.
All right.
I think it goes down to who
social
you
media.
like.
Darren said Patrick Mahomes, and so he went from Tom Brady now that he saw his choices. So he's going to take AFC. Ed saying NFC. Look, both of them are great teams. You can't go wrong with either one of these, right? It'll be a fun game to watch if that ever did happen. All right, guys, when we come back, we're going to switch gears a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit of hockey because we're going to get cracking.
What the puck?
We're going to get cracking as the NHL expansion draft is Wednesday. Let's see what ends up happening with the Seattle Kraken. Is
And
it
the
Krakens?
Wings. Yeah, the Kraken.
Kraken.
And the Wings. Who are the Wings going to protect?
No, but would you say Seattle Krakens?
No.
No.
Just
It's
Seattle.
the
Just
Kraken.
one. There's
The
only one
Kraken.
Kraken.
Yeah.
There's not a bunch of them.
You'll see their promo video when we come back.
What kind of noise does a Kraken make?
You'll hear
That's my next soundbite.
Oh my.
Oh, my
All right,
God.
guys, you don't want to miss this. Nobody go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
You want me to play the hype video right up?
Would you like to win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time?
Then watch as we turn this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
Watch the Call Sam Chopper Shop on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper shop.
How cool is
Yo,
that?
guys, that was.
Hey, you know what?
That was dope.
You know what? If I was younger and I didn't have the opportunity to play in Detroit, obviously, I would have loved to play for the Kraken. You know why?
Because you crack?
Kraken heads! Yeah! Kraken heads!
DMac, make the noise again.
You have to ask me.
DMac, what noise does a Kraken make? There we go. That's going in the soundboard. Tune in Monday. I'm going to be using that a lot.
Release the Kraken.
I want everybody to just notice that everybody that was just getting their hair cut in Lady Jane just kind of looked up and their eyes just kind of opened up.
They need a massage now more than ever.
What happened? It's just the hook getting wild. All right, guys. So, yes, it is going down. The NHL expansion draft happens on Wednesday. DMac.
Yes.
Do you want to break this down for us?
No.
Hey, I want to tell you first.
First
First of all, this is not the first team in Seattle that played hockey. It was the old Seattle Metropolitans back in 1915.
Those weren't fishermen in the promo. Those were old hockey teams
Those were
that would have played
old
against
ghosts.
Probably
Ghosts.
played against the original
They
like
did.
Detroit Cougars.
They might have.
Before
Yeah,
the Red
the
Wings,
Cougars,
the
correct.
Ottawa Senators back in the
Yes,
day.
the New York
now
Americans.
why do we bring this up? Because we know that the Stanley Cup's been around since the late 1800s or
Yes.
whatever.
Lord Stanley's Cup.
Lord Stanley's, and it started with the top that was bent, right? Remember that top? It just started off with that cup.
That's it, just that little cup.
So the fact that now they're back in or whatever, Matt's the only one who was around when the Kraken were here last
Yeah,
time.
they were pretty good. I rooted for them. That's the Metropolitans, the
my-
Supersonics in the basketball. Anyways, congrats to Seattle. They will be the 32nd NHL team, and they get to pick one player from each of the 30 teams remaining. Why you say 30, not 31? Because the Vegas Golden Knights, their owner, Bill Daly, I think it's Bill Daly. It's Bill something. Bill Vegas Knight, we'll call him. He made
Bill
a deal
Vegas
when
Knight.
the Knights came in to
Bill
the
Torrey?
NHL. He has said, I don't want you picking anyone from my team when Seattle comes. Instead, I will forfeit my part of their expansion fee. Each NHL team is going to get about $23 million from the Seattle owners for coming in as the 32nd team. Everybody but the Vegas Knights. So here's how it works. The league's protected list comes out tomorrow. Teams can protect 7 forwards, 3 defensemen, and 1 goaltender. And then Seattle gets a shot to pick one from each team. So we'll see how that one goes. Now, the deal is there's going to be a lot of players that are hurt.
Bill
We
Foley,
talked-
by the way, Matt.
Pardon?
Bill Foley.
Bill Foley,
So it was
thank
Bill
you.
Foley
Bill
and the
Foley.
Maloof family.
Yeah. Maybe the Maloofs that used to own the
They used
Warriors?
to own the Sacramento
Warriors.
Kings.
The Warriors Kings.
Oh, yeah, the Sacramento Kings.
Yes.
That own the Palms or wherever that is.
Used to own the Palms.
So Bill Foley was a big Army guy. That's where he got the Golden Knights from, because it was the Black Knights of the Hudson. That's what Army is known as. At least that's what they're known as in college, when they play Navy. Army, Navy, it's always the Black Knights of the Hudson against the midshipmen. So that's why the Golden Knight got its logo. So back to Seattle and the Kraken, Mac.
Yeah.
There are going to be teams that are going to try to put out injured players that can't play anymore. Guess what? You're not allowed to do that. You can't do that. You're also not allowed to put out players that already have a deal in their contract that you can't move them. You can put out players that have a no-trade clause. So even if you have a no-trade clause, you can be taken by the Seattle Kraken. There's so many different little loopholes in this rule.
So here's what's going to happen, right? So the NHL draft, right, where Detroit picks 6th, is next Friday. So right now on Sunday, the list will come out. They have until noon tomorrow, NHL teams, to get their lists in. So there's negotiating behind the scenes, some favors being done. You see some of the relationships, why guys will be protected or not. But as fans, we will find out on the 18th. So that's Sunday. On Wednesday, then we'll find out who the Kraken pick, one guy off each team. So on Tuesday, I won't be here Monday, but I'll be here Tuesday. We're going to break down the list and give you what we think that Ron Francis and the Seattle Kraken are going to be going for. Dave Hextall, their head coach, too. So
That sounds like a special guest appearance coming up for me for someone. on that Tuesday show.
You know what? I ran into Darren Pang the other day.
Oh, the Panger.
He'd be a good one.
I'd love to get the Panger. I was thinking about Drapes, of course.
I was going to say Drapes.
But I love the Panger.
You can't get him off the pickleball courts. I mean, the pickleball champion. It's good. He found a new guy to abuse. It's Dan Cleary. We call him Bear. Yeah.
Sweet.
Bear. Great hands, no feet.
So Tuesday we'll break it
No,
down.
you can't have Ozzy in.
No, that wasn't my question.
Okay, well, I was just in case it was.
Okay, so can I name some Red Wings players and then you give me your thoughts on whether or not you think they're going to be protected?
Absolutely. My thought off the top of my head, unless something happens, is a guy like Troy Stetcher.
That was my first guy. Troy
would
Stetcher.
Be probably one of the most coveted. And he had a bit of a coming out party at the World Championships this year for Team Canada when they won the gold, and he'll be highly touted. Now there's always things that could be done, but go ahead, Alex. That would be my number one. Guy that I think is being targeted for our team.
Yeah. How about Richard Panik?
Dick Panik?
Nobody wants it, but sometimes it happens.
Dennis Chalowski.
See, that's if they want. There's a guy that has a lot of potential, the guy that's had the cup of coffees and stuff like that. It all depends. These are, yes, could I see them going? Yes, Panik being that fourth line, established culture, winger, solid. As far as, and here's the thing, there'll be some guys that are, all three of them could be unprotected, but you'd only lose one.
Okay, how about Svechnikov?
Yeah, you know that because he was put on waivers last year, so.
But will they want him? That's the question.
I want to keep.
Well, that's the whole thing. Who do they want? I know you do. So here's the thing: is that if Stevie does too, and then they got to figure out a way to either keep them protected, or some guys might get traded, or you see different.
Are you
deals.
protecting Grice?
No,
I wouldn't expect them to protect a goalie. You're only going to protect a goalie. That's your future.
Okay.
Probably whether he's in the minors or whatever else. Now, there's also rules for term and how long you've played up and when you were drafted and stuff. All this stuff that Drapes should know.
How about DeKaiser?
He could be left off. Yeah, that's also a guy who had the injury and had an up and down year last year, but it's all potential. But he'd be a guy. He'd be a good guy. He'd be a guy you could lose.
Who's a name that you think that could go unprotected that would surprise people?
I don't think there really is a surprise. Because you're going to protect your Rasmussens, you're going to protect all the guys that you expect to protect. I just what would shock me is that if there's movement like a trade. You hear all the scuttlebutt and all this thing about, do I think that Tyler Bertuzzi's on the trade block? No. Do I think there's interest in him? Yeah. But he's also coming back from an injury. So, again, #wiser plan. You just got to sit back and we'll speculate, but only he knows.
All right, last one. Your guy, Giovanni Smith.
See, I think he's protected.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think he's protected. And if he's unprotected, that's a guy that
Can they go into the minors?
No, but it's tenure. I don't know what the list is. I don't enough to go this guy or that guy. I'll wait for the list and then look at it. But he's the future because he does something that not another person in this organization does. What I did.
Did you see what the Devils did with the Avalanche? They made a deal. And they wound up getting Ryan.
Ryan Graves.
Ryan Graves.
They got Ryan Graves in the third round.
Yep. No, they gave up a third and a lesser player. I can't think of his name.
So now, because of that, and here's the thing with a lot of these top guys that you'll see on this list that I'll get to on Tuesday, his contracts might be too big. Right. So PK Subban makes $9 million a year. Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to build around him. I'd rather get somebody else. So all that question goes in again. I'll do a little homework over the weekend, and on Tuesday we'll present it to you. And also, too, it gives everybody else at home, and I know, Tammy, you love this stuff, and who you think's going to go. So, it's interesting. But again,
it'll be a fun thing to
all
watch.
I tell everybody, guys, right now, in this year, it's still #wiser plan. Until we have something to talk about, but he's got a plan. And I trust his plan because you know what? Then I don't have to do anything except sit back and tell you exactly what you know.
Who did we give up for the Vegas draft? Was it Yurko? Do we remember?
Yeah, I think that's exactly who it was. Yeah. Thomas Yurko.
So would you have done what Bill Daly did? Forget the $23 million, leave my team alone?
Bill Foley?
Bill Foley.
Absolutely. I think that's
I
brilliant.
do too. They've got such a great team.
Well, not even that, because you got to do that thinking about it, right? It played out that way.
Sure.
But because you know what really hurts them is because they've built this team to win out of the gates. They're up against the cap, so that the only protecting, they'll have to trade somebody. But then when you trade, you have a choice. In this, you don't have a choice once you're unprotected.
Thanks,
And really,
Mac.
what's $23 million
But
at that point?
Tuesday will be fun. Tuesday and then Friday's the draft.
The draft.
Yeah.
Sounds like another special guest appearance.
You know what? You're in charge of the show before it starts.
That's right. Hey, you know what day it is, right?
Barry's birthday.
It's Friday also. It's one of your favorite little things that you came up with.
Friday. That is
Hooked
right,
on
guys.
Socials, baby.
When we come back, we are going to get to our Hooked on Social. So you guys stick around for a little bit of fun. Nobody go anywhere. You're tuning into the Hook on Woodward Sports
Hey, easy. It's a
Network.
DMac production.
Ever since Corey's been wearing this LeBron James jersey around the network, it's been falling down a lot.
And really, that's it. Dan Campbell is going to be the man for the Lions. Don't you agree, Corey? I didn't even touch you.
We are here, downtown Fenton, my favorite Bridge Street Exchange.
That's right. And you want to switch up your wardrobe this summer? It's this easy. Ready, Joey?
I'm ready.
All right, you ready? I like it. You want to do it
30
again?
seconds.
Yeah, let's do it again.
All right.
I'm coming to you, Pilar.
Ooh, Brixton. Nice. One more time?
Yes.
No 8 Mile.
Ooh, I like the hat on this one, too. You ready to do it one more time, Joey?
I'm getting tired. One last one.
All right,
Wait.
let's change it.
10 seconds.
Bro, where's your shirt? You need
Number
new clothes
8,
this summer.
5,
Bridge Street Exchange
4.
in Fenton. That's where you need to go. Thank you, guys.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. All right, let's have a little bit of fun with our Hooked on Social. DMac, you get to take it away first.
All right. It'd be awesome when we get a graphic for this. But I got to go. I don't know. When I saw this, I chuckled. I didn't know if I thought karma or I thought, wow, Planet of the Apes are real. But it don't matter if you're king of the jungle or not. You got to watch your back. That's all I got to say.
Well,
Mufasa thought he could stiff Rafiki and not pay the vig. He was wrong. There's gambling everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like in the safari, in the gym, but so you better pay your bookie. That's all it says. And pay my bookie. They'll take the juice. Make sure mybookie.com, mybookie.ag. And also, too, I ran across this because I'd like to know, one of these has to go. For me, it's easy. And I'll give you the one that I'll get rid of and my favorite. I'm getting rid of the Butterfinger. It's too hard. And I'm keeping my favorite of all time is the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Stay tuned for Darren McCarty brand cannabis product in that
Can
form.
you zoom in on those candy bars little by little?
One
Come on,
has
Maz.
got to
Twix,
go.
Almond Joy,
Okay.
Kit Kat, Butterfinger, Snickers, Reese's, Three Musketeers, Peanut M&Ms, and Milky Way.
Wow.
You're kicking.
I kicked out Butterfinger, and I
I'm with you,
own
Matt.
Reese's.
I'm
What?
with you.
Kicking
I'm
out-
kicking them out.
Okay,
You're
who's
going
your
to kick
number
out
one?
Butterfinger? That's
Yeah.
the best one up there.
No, my favorite one of all of those, well, obviously,
Probably
is-
number 2.
is M&M and Kit Kat, but number 2 is right there, tied.
See,
Almond
Alex
Joy.
wanted to get rid of them. Alex, which one did you get rid of?
I want to get rid of Almond Joy.
Yeah, I told him that's
Almond
because he
Joy.
has no appreciation.
You're too
Yeah,
old for Almond
yeah.
Joy.
Pilar,
You're
what
too
do you
young
got?
for Almond Joy.
I'm going to get rid of Milky Way. Look, I wish somebody could have seen Andrew's face.
I love
it's
Milky
just,
Way
it's
too,
kind of
bro.
just boring.
Well,
It's
what's
the
your
same-
favorite?
But you have, it's almost like
You
a
know
Three
what's better than a
Musketeers.
Milky Way? The same thing in Canada. Wish Dink wasn't traveling back and forth right now. All my Canadians. Mars Bar.
Yes.
Mars Bar.
Mars is good.
Mars Bar. And we
Mars
have
is
Aero
yes.
too.
What do you
and O.
got?
Henry.
So
Aero, O.
Milky
Henry.
Way-
Crunchies.
On social media, Milky Way is popular to go. So is Almond Joy.
Zoom in.
Oh shit! I
Ellen
didn't see
said
the.
she'd get
I
rid
get
of-
rid of the Baby Ruth.
Oh,
Also,
no,
that
was
Baby
so
Ruth was up there?
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Baby
thought
Ruth was up
I
there.
get rid of that
I get
before
rid of that. I thought it was
Butterfinger.
a Three
For
Musketeers.
crying out loud. I'm trying to see the damn
I
thing.
can't see it
You
either,
lied to me.
obviously.
I
Good
think
to
it's a
young
crock of
guy.
shit.
81's right in the middle. Come on.
What are you even
62,
fighting about?
72,
What's wrong
81.
with you?
Because people nowadays
I
are
thought
idiots.
it
It was Baby Ruth, and that's the one you get rid of. That's the turd.
But I put
That's
in
the
my,
turd
I
in
put
the-
in, it was my hooked on social, so I made it Three Musketeers to make it harder. I knew that you hated Baby Ruth. Anyways, those are my hooked on socials. Andrew, what did you keep and kill?
I'm definitely gonna kill the Almond Joy, and I'm a big Kit Kat guy.
These little kids are gonna get a beating.
I like Kit Kat. I do like Baby Ruths actually.
I love Baby Ruths. They're kind of salty.
You look like you would.
I like Baby Ruths.
Whatever that means. Whatever that means, man.
Like, Milky Way bars are like my favorite thing. Like the little ones, you get the tiny ones in the little pack, and you eat like 10 of them easily in one night.
I feel like
Nice.
Milky Way is a low budget Snickers.
Low budget what?
Sneakers.
Snickers.
No.
Snickers. What the?
Wait, can you wear, Baz, can you wear Milky Way?
It's a low budget Snickers bar.
Snickers.
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 You know what sneakers are, right?
Yeah, things you put on your shoes.
No,
And the
things you put on
candies.
your feet.
Yeah, things that you put
Pilar.
on your feet. Things
Pilar.
that you put.
If a plane crashed
Are we
on
for
the
real
American-Canadian
right now?
border,
Terrible.
right? If a plane crashed right on the American-Canadian border, where would the survivors be buried?
Pilar was not drinking responsibly today. That
Ask her that. So this is
I
a
just-
riddle.
Wait a minute.
This is a riddle.
If a plane crashed,
If a plane crashed exactly right between Canada and the United States of America on the border,
Right.
and they couldn't decide, where would they bury the survivors?
I mean, I hate yelling
Tom?
y'all's trick questions. I'm gonna say
Tom?
wherever they,
Tom?
if half
Tom,
the plane
let her off the hook.
lands,
You don't bury survivors.
Anyways,
Oh.
on to yours.
I say, well, if you
Pilar, on to
half
yours.
of the
What you have
plane-
for hooked on social? I know
half
you're
of
gonna
the
break it
plane
down, honey.
was
I didn't.
on one side, and half
I didn't
the
want to
plane was
go
on
for the
other.
fire extinguisher and have to put out the smoke and everything here. It was getting too hard.
It was
Maz
hard.
was being too rude.
It was hard, but that's a good one.
Okay, what's your hooked on social?
I'm gonna
I could
take
sure
that
go for
one.
a sneakers right now.
You need one. You're hangry,
I
buddy.
am hangry.
Yeah. All right.
Your turn.
I love how social media came up to my rescue. You don't bury survivors.
turned into Reggie
You're
White.
right. Okay, let's get to mine. This one's for Tom Mazaway.
Oh, thank you. Since I already know what it
I
is.
can't play I couldn't play the music. It was Eminem song.
Okay, well, he's from Detroit.
Well,
I
you
feel
can
like
sing
that would
it.
have been
You can sing
don't
it.
care about us.
So
Lose
this little
yourself in
girl
the
hurt
movement,
her
moment,
finger, so
moment.
she's
Never
cooling
ever
it
let it
off
go.
to make it feel
One shot,
better.
chance to go, opportunity. You kidding? Her mom's saying, honey, show that middle finger out there to the neighbors.
Right? Like, I just feel, but you could tell it's innocent. Like her finger hurts, and I feel like as a new parent,
You said, you said your daughter didn't like to wear the head thing. I seen you lean behind and took I seen the back seat of your car.
as a new parent, I feel like you really do understand the saying more of kids do the darnest things, and you appreciate it a lot more. So when you see something like that, I get it. I totally
it's
get
not
it. 'Cause
just
kids,
your kids, right?
It's not. It's not just your kids. It's everybody's kids. And I
Somebody's
also
kids.
know how much Tom Mazaway hates when people flip the birdie.
Terrible.
Although, hey.
Sorry, man.
Hey.
You know what that is? Transformer. You hear it? Let me turn it up.
Yes, I
Hold
know.
on.
Tom Mazaway, though, you flipped the birdie one time on the show.
It was accidental.
No,
it
you
wasn't.
did it,
It was
multiple
very
times.
assertive.
It was assertive.
It was assertive.
It was
It was a flagrant
premeditated.
foul.
I gave him one of these, though.
You did. You gave me a fung rule. That was
fung
just
rule.
the.
I'd rather suck by myself.
Yeah, thank
do.
you.
Patty says, me and Pilar hitting the 8 Mile vodka. Girl, I wish.
I love
Here-
grilled cheese.
Pretty soon.
All right, I got
right.
one for you guys.
Is it good?
I think it is.
Okay.
Now, I could have done my usual, people making asses of themselves video, but this time I chose just an old tale between the rabbit and the turtle. Everyone knows the rabbit. This will settle it.
Tortoise and the hare.
Look at that big jump by the rabbit. The hair.
The rabbits, I mean, the characters continue. I love this. Oh my goodness. But that's exactly what happened in the story. The rabbit stopped.
and gentlemen. And now we get the sermon of the day, DMac sermon of the day. The quote after the video is, slow and steady wins the race.
I'm a firm believer in that. That's a great
Progress,
thing to
not
live by.
perfection.
But that's exactly...
Resilience and patience like the plant.
You know what I laugh at?
You are one.
When there's a guy or a gal zipping in and out of traffic, and then we all get off at Woodward, and I'm right there next to him after, 8 minutes has passed by, and I'm right there next to him, and I look at him, I'm like, because people nowadays are idiots.
I had
nice move there, pal. I'm right here with you.
Cool story.
Mic drop.
Wow, that was cool. What year was
But
that?
that was exactly what happened in the book, guys.
Let's go, hookers.
Your hooked on social today was exactly what happened in the book. The turtle ended up winning because the
Isn't that
rabbit
something?
stopped to take a nap and
Did you
relax.
call him a turtle?
Turtle.
Sneakers.
I could go for a sneaker.
Oh, how about turtles, though?
Turtles are good.
Turtles are delicious.
Turtles are
They
very
are
nice.
delicious.
You know what
How
I
about
like
the
the
Ferrero
best?
Rochers?
Oh, those are my mom's favorite.
They're just okay. They're a little stuffy.
You're just okay.
They're just a little stuffy.
You like those?
I love grilled cheese.
Yeah.
I see them at the horse races all the time.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, the bougie
I doubt
horse
it.
races, not the ones with
You know what you
Masgrove.
see at the horse races? You see peanuts and you see M&M's.
That's
what
I'm
you
glad
see.
they were
All
peanuts.
right, Alex, which one do you have?
Mine isn't really funny. It's more...
That's nice.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Maz. Mine's just really cool. We're going to LSU football video team. They're getting ready for the season coming up. And if you're a big social media guy, as far as in the sports world, you'll know that the LSU media team is one of the best in the business. And they just came out with this video not too long ago. And I just want you all to watch, especially watch the first 10 seconds when they zoom in on a drop of sweat. It's pretty awesome.
Bayou Bengals.
So I'm a big video editing nerd. Like whenever I watch something, I'm always thinking about, how was that shot? How was this cut? How did they do this? And that was just had my mind buzzing. So hope, Andrew, what do you got?
I just have some news for you.
I got tired watching that.
I do have some news about Damian Lillard.
Oh. About who?
Damian Lillard.
Okay.
He said that Chris Haynes reported that Damian Lillard says he woke up to the reports of him reports him saying that the trade is not true, and says secondly, I have not made any firm decisions on what my future will be.
Bullshit.
So
wow.
He says he has not demanded a trade yet.
I think it's a crock of shit. That is absolutely a crock.
Nothing like waking up to your business on social media before you even know about it, right?
That's correct.
Ugh. Welcome to the new world. So, well, that video was very great, Alex.
Thank you, Pilar.
It kind of makes
it.
me think, though, does everything have to be a trailer in life? There's going to be a promo clip to everything,
Oh, did you
even
like the
your
Kraken?
wedding.
Did you like that Kraken
Yeah, no, I'm
video?
saying it's cool, right? They're cool, but I feel like everything in life has come down to you need a promo video for that. Even like your wedding videos, they ask you, do you want to, on top of purchasing the entire
How much
wedding
extra
video,
is that,
do
sir?
you want, for $500,
$17.95.
they can give you a 2-minute clip, a promo clip of your entire wedding video. It's crazy. Everything comes down to those promo videos. All right, guys, let's get to Me Gusta o No Me Gusta. You guys know how to play along on our social media at Woodward Sports. If you like what I'm about to say, you say Me Gusta. If you don't really agree with it, then just say No Me Gusta. And, of course, your comments are always well appreciated here at Woodward Sports. Richard Sherman will play in the NFL this year. Me gusta o no me gusta?
Me gusta. Like I said earlier, if you asked me yesterday, absolutely not. But I think the way things are playing out, that you could see him back, maybe not the full season, but the second half of the year. Somebody
Okay.
gets hurt, you could get, he's a viable if he comes back and he's himself again. I think he'd be picked up.
Tom Mazaway, ¿te gusta o no te gusta?
Oh, yeah. Me gusta for sure. Like I said, I spoke to my guy, John Lund, out on the coast. KNBR covers the Niners. He said they were ready to offer him a deal prior to this mishap. They're still in his corner. You heard John Lynch come out and say, I defend Richard, not defend him, but we're here for him. We're his family. We're not going to let him down. He's here. If he needs us, we're there. I say he signs right back with the Niners. They got young corners. He's got another year or two left in him, just, in spot duty play. And we know him to be a pretty good guy up till just a couple of days ago. So I say he plays.
So on our social media at Woodward Sports, Ed put Macosta. I think he meant me gusta. I like that one. Macosta. Also, I am reading some of the comments here on social media with your thoughts about him not serving probably not going to jail. You guys are relating it to his financial status. It's actually not. I mean, what he's being charged with, these are not felony charges. These are all misdemeanors. So he's probably not going to go to jail because of the types of charges that he's being charged with, not because of his financial status. So,
not allowed to carry a gun anymore, though, at this point.
Right.
But he hasn't since February.
Right.
He's not been able to have one since February.
Not allowed to bang on. Not allowed to bang on his father-in-law's door.
He's not
anymore.
allowed to be around
Can't be
his
calling
father-in-law.
Ray out. No more Ray. Come on out, Ray.
He needs to be separated from his father-in-law.
Come through.
And
come through, Ray.
He can't drink, which I feel is great for him right now. Alex, ¿te gusta o no te gusta?
No me gusta. If you were to ask me before this incident, I would have said that he needed to retire. He just don't got it no more. He got exposed in that Super Bowl a couple of years ago that he's slow. If he were to come back and play, I don't think it's this season. But no me gusta. I don't think he's coming back.
Okay. Andrew, ¿te gusta o no te gusta?
Me gusta. I think he'll play. I think at the end of the day, I think he'll be out like DMac said for the first half of the season, and maybe a team will pick him up towards the end of the half of the season, like what happened to Antonio Brown. So I can see maybe a possibility like that happening to him.
Yep, I'm going to agree with you guys as well. Me gusta. I do see him signing with the team. I don't see him starting off the season playing. I think that he's going to take a little bit of time off to get right mentally, take care of things with his family, and then he'll come back and play, mid-season or something like that. So I can certainly see him playing again this year. So keep letting us know your thoughts on our social media at Woodward Sports. All right, guys, for a quick round of Who You Like. We got a fun weekend this weekend, so let's kick things off with DMac. Who you like?
I am going to go with the Milwaukee Bucks. They're plus money on Saturday to Saturday's game, and I'm feeling really good about Louis Oosthuizen and finishing it off. So, but if be smart, and if you can, what is it?
Hedge your bet. If you had to hedge right now with the guys behind him, who are you hedging on?
Spieth.
How about DJ?
Yeah. If I hedged him today, but I'm going to wait because I got a 2-shot lead.
Right.
So if we were even, maybe. But I'm going to just wait. And
Spieth had that early, quick. He got out quick, Spieth. And he kind of settled in now. So, but he still had big plus odds. And so did JD.
Yeah. So we'll see. But, yeah, DJ, if he's around within 3 or 4, that's a good to play because he's going to be good money to win in the finals. So that's what I's got.
All right. I got baseball. I like the Mets tonight. Mets, I like them at home. They got to try to keep their lead in the NL East. I like the White Sox. They're playing Houston, and they're getting money. Dylan Cease pitching really well this year. I like the White Sox to win that game. And my big bet tonight's on the Diamondbacks. They're a home underdog, and they have Madison Bumgarner on the hill. So put all three together, plus 664 on a parlay. 100 gets you 664. 50 gets you $320. Bet the Diamondbacks on their own as well as a little saver bet.
Maz, let me get $5 on that.
You got it.
Thanks.
Done.
I got 5 on
Are you going to
it.
give your son $5 to put on that?
Yeah, I'll put it on it for him.
I'll put it on.
All right, Alex, who you like?
I like the Yankees, I like the Washington Nationals, and I like the Sox too, White Sox.
Okay. Andrew, do you have a pick for us?
I like the Suns this weekend. I think Chris Paul is going to bounce back. I think Devin Booker's having another great game. I think DeAndre Ayton's going to play well. I think the Bucks will.
Drew Holiday. You don't like Bucks and 6? Bucks and 6?
I don't like Bucks and 6. I think that's
I like
serious.
Bucks and 6.
I said either of the Suns were going to win last night. It's going to go to 5 games.
I'd rather
go to
suck
7
by
games.
myself.
So this series will definitely go to 7 games. So
Andrew's going with the Suns. I'm going with the Bucks.
Good man, Andrew. I like where you're going.
Yeah,
I think it's a crock of shit.
Yeah.
I hope it goes 7. That's all I say.
Yeah, I think that they will go 7.
I think it's going to go. So I'm going to take Verstappen this weekend.
Is he the one with the car or the talent?
The car.
Yes, and Lewis Hamilton has the talent.
The talent,
Okay.
yeah.
She's going with the car.
We're going to go with the car this weekend for the Great Britain race. All right, guys, that will do it for us today. Big thanks to Andrew. You did a great job in the fish bowl.
Let's go,
today.
hookers.
You looked great on camera, too. We love seeing you on camera as well, my friend. For Alex, for Tom Mazaway, for DMac. Stealing your stuff, dude.
It's all right.
Stealing your stuff.
I'd rather suck by myself.
This is a true Mazaway. Wasn't a take that time.
I'm Pilar.
Don't forget your son. Your son.
We'll see you guys
Your
on
son.
Monday.
Your son's on the social.
Oh, my son.
Yeah,
Alex.
your son. Look at me.
Yeah.
Mom taught him everything
Easy
on
our social. That's right. Why do you love my son?
Have a great weekend and stay
Because you love him.
We'll see y'all. I do love
He
Easy.
fell for his dimples.
Deuces.
All right, guys. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. Stay warm. Stay safe and stay dry. We'll see y'all on Monday.
Deuces.
17 with Minnesota. Sanders making room on his own. Barry again. Flips a tackle.
And he gets it away to Barry Sanders in the open field. And look at Sanders make moves.
1st and 10 from the 41. Sanders. And Sanders blasting out and juking his way inside the 15th.
Hornswoggle. Here's the handoff to Sanders. And he just skips away from tacklers.
Just unbelievable how he gets through these areas.
Sanders. Oh, God.